And you're going to talk us through all the different options and the pros and the cons, starting with one that we're all familiar with, which is grass.
Grass, exactly. So Dwayne and Kestra had Astroturf in their backyard already, so it got me to thinking about ground covers. And I thought about, why Astroturf? Wait, why grass? And so then I went on Google.
Okay.
Why grass? And I found a story, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Can I tell you a story?
Please. Is it going to be on the test leader?
Yes.
Okay. Paying attention.
Once upon a time, there was kings and queens that used to live in castles, and they had to defend those castles. Everyone knows the common ways to defend a castle, right? You have a moat.
Of course, because we defend our castles all the time, right? Of course.
You have a drawbridge, right?
Of course we do.
Close the door, basically.
Yeah.
And you plant grass. You cut the trees way back and you plant grass around the castle so that you can see the attackers coming from a distance.
Okay.
So that's where grass started from. Ancient castles defending themselves.
Gotcha.
Okay? But they looked beautiful. Rolling green hills and all of the elites and the wealthy people around saw the kings and queens with the grass and they said, we want some of that grass too.
Okay.
All right? And so then grass became a symbol of prestige. It became a symbol of we made it, basically, right?
Okay.
And so then there are the villagers, the village people, if you will.
The commoners, the regular people.
That's right.
Us.
The village people. They're just trying to stay alive. They're just trying to make it, right? And so they have to farm all of their land because there's no grocery stores at this point in history yet, so you have to farm the land. And so in their minds, they see the wealthy and the elites with the grass, and they're thinking to themselves, wow, I hope one day I could have some grass. It became the dream. And so centuries later, we started over here in Canada and in North America, we started building our suburbs and to live the dream, and as a symbol of we made it, every house got a little patch of grass. And even today, those HOAs in those suburbs, they are very strict. You must keep that grass cut to just such a length. You must keep it weeded. You must keep it the way they like it because it is a symbol of
wealth. You know, when my parents had me mowing the lawn and trimming the hedges, that's not what was in the back of my mind. I did not feel like royalty at the time, but that's a very interesting story. Did you guys know that? No. I had no idea. So now this is why we all aspire to have it.
That's why we have grass. Now, there's some great things about grass. Of course, it's very durable. It's nice. You can play sports on it. You can lie on it and look at the clouds and write poetry. It's beautiful, and it is a symbol of pride. But there are some drawbacks as well.
Okay, talk to us about the drawbacks.
Of course, you have to water it a lot. You have to maintain it. You have to very often put fertilizers on it in order to keep it from going patchy. It can be difficult to keep looking great. Right? And so things have begun to change. People have started to go away from grass a little bit. First of all, a lot of the municipalities are banning these fertilizers that keep it looking so right because there is an environmental impact to it. And so maybe the dream is beginning to change just a little bit.
And you're going to get into those other options. So the next option is Astroturf, which is what Kestra and Dwayne have. Talk to us about the pros and cons of this, because to me, this is all pro. I don't have to water it. I don't have to do anything to it.
It looks great. That's the best thing about it. It looks fantastic. In the coldest of winters, you look outside, there's a nice little patch of green. It makes you feel happy, right? It is very durable, right? But there's some cons to it, of course. It's made of plastic, so there's an environmental impact there. There's also the fact that you have to clean it. If you have pets that like to use it, you have to clean it. Soap and water, a little vinegar and water.
Can you power wash that?
Power wash it out.
Okay, good.
Also, an important thing to note is that every property has to have a certain square footage of green space in order to comply with regulations and codes. This doesn't count. Because there is 3 inches of limestone underneath it, the soil can't breathe. And so if you are thinking about expanding your house or getting a renovation and you have Astroturf, you have to consider that because you might not be able to do it.
I did not. Did you guys know that? We're learning so much today from you, Sebastian. You're lawn expert, Lord of the Lawns. All right, so next up, it's the Clover lawn. Talk to us about what that is and the pros and cons of this one as well.
Clover lawn is fantastic. And so clovers, what's so great about them is it's a very natural thing. They increase the biodiversity in the soil. It adds nitrogen in there. It attracts all the pollinators. And it's very easy to plant. You can just sprinkle it around.
And that's it?
That's kind of it. It's drought. You don't have to water it. It's drought resistant. It just goes with it. However, it does attract a lot of bees. All right? It does require, it's not as durable as grass, so if you walk on it, it is soft, but it's going to die back a little bit. And
So if you have a high traffic backyard, this is not exactly the best choice. You got a lot of dogs and a lot of kids back there. This may not be what you want.
That's not necessarily the one. And it's got a meadow-like look. It doesn't look like grass. It looks like a meadow. So that's not necessarily a con. Depends how you feel.
Yeah, I like that. All right, and the next one is native plant gardens. Talk to us about that one.
The native plant garden, this is the way to go. This gets the stamp of approval. Basically, you know, this is just planting in plants that are local, that work with the local rainfall.
Nice.
Yeah, they're nice variegated gardens. It gives you good colors, good textures. It's perennial, come back year after year. However, the cons to it is that you have to spend time setting it up. You really need to think about what plants go where, where's the path that you're gonna walk around. It's not as easy as clover and grass, which you just throw the seed.
And then you're done.
And then you're done.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of more upfront considerations when planting in a natural garden, but once it's planted, it's fantastic.
Okay, but if you know Sebastian Cloves, who's the lord of the landscape, perhaps you can just get him to put that stuff all there, everywhere it needs to be, and then Bob's your uncle.
Well, apparently all you have to do is walk by my house when I'm outside and bring me a coffee like Dwayne and Kestra, and I'll show up at your house and get it done.
Listen, be careful what you ask for. You're gonna find a whole bunch of people walking by your house with coffee going, hey, Sebastian, my lawn needs a little doing right now. All right, well, these are all fantastic tips and a little bit of education about grass that we did not know about, so thank you so much for that. After this,
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.